If you struggle with pricing, I got you. I went to MegaCon and I took note of all the different prices that were there and I compiled them all into this video. So if you're looking for a starting point, let's get started. So let's start with just how much I spent on everything that I purchased. So on average, I spent about $20 to $40 buying a small batch of items. So this includes a handful of stickers, maybe a keychain, maybe things that kind of fall into like that smaller, cheaper price range. I spent about $60 to $80 for the more expensive and higher end items. So that would be clothing items, larger prints, fancy prints, and things along the lines of mouse pads and like more thicker crafts and whatnot. And my most expensive transaction was about $100, but that included an art book, a playing card, an enamel pen, a keychain, and a print. That's kind of like the rough range of the things that I purchased, but let's get into some specifics. 11 by 14 and 11 by 17 prints got a price bump. They were sold for $25 to $30, where say 6 or 7 years ago, they were being sold for about $20 flat. I think this price bump comes from just the cost of manufacturing prints has gone up a little bit over time, and also there has been a higher influx in people buying smaller prints versus larger prints. So I can see artists kind of bumping up the price a little bit to compensate for the fact that those larger prints aren't being as sold. So you get a higher profit from that sale with the purchase of 1 or 2 prints than you will from the sale of smaller prints. All that being considered, adjust your prices accordingly. The one thing that was very common throughout this event was deals. Either, oh, buy 2 get 1 free deals, or 1 sticker will cost $3, but if you buy 5 stickers, it'll cost you $15. No, prints we usually buy 2 get 1 free. But you get my point. This is what's going to entice the buyer to want to buy more things. If they walk up to your table and they go, oh, I only want the 1 sticker, and you just, very politely nudge them and be like, I have a buy 2 get 1 free deal. So if you buy another sticker, you can pick 1 for free. This could incentivize them to get more stickers, to say maybe get a gift for a friend, maybe get a gift for someone they know who likes a specific character. And the same deal logic will apply to prints. Usually they'll suggest that, hey, if you buy 2 prints, you can get the 3rd one for free, or they'll do it to where if you buy like 3 or 4 prints, they'll discount like the last one, and so on. Think about what type of deals you can do to incentivize people to potentially buy a little bit more. So let's just spitball a couple of specific prices that I saw. If you don't want to think too hard and you just want to copy someone else's pricing system, go for it. Just make sure it works for your products and what you're selling. So I'd say the average size of a sticker is about 3 inches by 3 inches, and those stickers were sold for $3 on the lower end if it's just a simple matte sticker or a glossy sticker. And on the other end, we had stickers that were about $5, and these stickers usually had some type of glitter effect, holographic effect, weatherproofing. They're usually made of like a vinyl material. They're a higher quality. They're more of a premium sticker. When you're pricing your stickers, price them accordingly. As far as prints were concerned, like I said earlier, 11 by 14 to 11 by 17 prints were sold for about $25 to $30. Square prints that were 8 by 8 to 8 by 10, the average price I saw was $10 to $15. For 5 by 7 and things that might be a little bit smaller, I saw about $5 or $6. And then some people even sold like super teeny tiny prints for about $3 to $4, really. These prices are all subjective. Each and every single artist had a different reason as to why they priced it this way. For example, there was an artist there named Inkwell. Their pricing scheme was drastically different compared to what I just listed. They had teeny tiny little prints, maybe a 4x4, but those cost $10 versus the 3 or 4 I mentioned earlier. So what makes their prints different? I wish I had examples of their smaller prints. I only purchased 2 things from them, and they were on the bigger scale, which I'll get to in a moment. Their smaller prints, yes, they were 4x4, but they're these very intricate, heavily painted, beautifully detailed illustrations on this tiny little canvas, and they're $10. And you're thinking, oh, well, it's small, it should be cheaper. No, you also got to think about it's pretty much a fully rendered character illustration with the background on that little 4x4. So the price is justified. Also, I know from watching a lot of their content, they put a lot of effort and time and money into making sure that all of their products are produced on high quality paper. So you're not just paying for the beautiful illustration that's on there, you're also paying for that quality of paper that they invested in to make sure that their customers have a really good product. They had another print size that was about, I want to say it was 8 by 10, and those were $20. And you're thinking, whoa, $20? The average person sells those for like $10. But you also have to understand, the quality of the art, the intense technical detail of the art that's being put on these pieces. And also every single one that was in like that kind of $20 batch of prints also had some type of gold or silver foiling on it. You're paying for quality paper that it's on, the time, energy, and effort it took to produce the illustration in the first place, and you're paying for the effect of the gold or silver foiling. So again, where someone else who may have had rendered illustration put on an 8x10 and sold it for $10, they're justified in selling it for about $20 because of all the extra elements that went into producing that print. They had larger prints, and I think those were, I want to say they were $30 to $35, and the prints, I want to say 11 by 17, but I don't think they were. I think they were longer than that. And then they had some custom purses that they made. If I'm not mistaken, those cost $60 to $80. The mouse pad / game mat, which was about $60 or so, but it's like a fully realized mouse pad. Like I can game on this, and it's a really nice material, and the print came across beautifully. So Inkwell has like a higher quality, a higher technical skill, a higher ability to just produce these greater pieces. So it just makes sense that they're going to charge a lot more compared to someone who might be just starting out, whose technical skills and skills in creating the pieces that they want may not be to the level that you would expect certain price points to be at. When it comes to pricing your items, there's a lot of factors to take into consideration. If you just want to turn your brain off, not think about it too hard, and kind of experiment with a couple of different price points in the dark until you find on a sweet spot, by all means, do it. These are just a couple of different factors that I noticed when people were pricing their items. Ita bags, I want to say that they range between the prices of $60 to $80. So here are some examples that I bought from Color Ren last year's MegaCon. It was a coffin shaped Ita bag and a kind of heart bondage shaped Ita bag. They put a lot of craft and care into these products, from the location of the little latches to the fact that it comes with multiple straps, the zipped portion so that you can put like your display pins on. They even make little inserts for them with custom fabric designs. So when it comes to apparel, a lot of people sold, not too many people sold t-shirts anymore. Like, of course they're an item that's sold, but for the most part, it was a lot more sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts. I saw a lot of the collared button-up shirts. A lot of those were very common. Other apparel items were beanies, headscarves, bonnets, and so on. It seems like on average, people are charging about $50 to $60 for these apparel items, because it's not just a graphic that is slapped on the front of the shirt. It is kind of like a full print. There's designs on the sleeves, there's designs on the back, there's designs on the front, or it's a full pattern where the pattern is from front to back. So if apparel is a thing that you want to get into, they are a higher cost item. The one that I purchased was from Five Booze. It was this, I call it the Murder Ghost shirt, and it cost me about $50. So to circle back to deals, one thing that stood out to me at the one specific table that sold all the different enamel pins, they just had this deal where it's like, if you buy $40 worth of items, you can get a free pin. It just so happens that both me and my friend Sabrina were able to purchase enough items that either met that $40 threshold, or there was only like a $5 difference to reach that $40 threshold. What got me was that for Sabrina specifically, she bought up to about $35 worth of pins, and then they let her know like, hey, if you purchase up to $40, you can get a free pin. So what a coincidence, there was a basket of $5 pins sitting in front of the table that she could just kind of rummage through and pick which one she wanted, and then boom, she has $40 worth of pins, and she just got one for free. So she bought one $15 pin, and then she bought two $10 pins, which added up to about that $35. Purchased a small $5 pin, got the $40 limit, got a free pin. So that's one deal that I saw that one particular table doing. I don't know how you would be able to apply that to your own things, but I figured I'd share it anyway. How do you convince a customer to go from only wanting to buy the $5 sticker to walking away with $40 worth of items? One way you can do that is with a stamp rally. A lot of artists have been running rampant with the stamp rallies, and that's not to be a bad thing. It's actually kind of a fun thing. So I have this stamp rally card. I think this is the only one I kept or just whatever. And this one is cryptid themed. About 3 to 4 artists will get together. The idea is you want to participate in this stamp rally. All you have to do is spend a certain amount of money on items at each person's table, and once you've gotten like the stamp of approval from each artist, you will get a prize, a sticker, a keychain, a sticker sheet. Usually it's a sticker sheet so each artist can put their own bit of art on it, or each artist will have like their own individual print or item that they will give to the person who participated. So that is another way that you can increase how much someone buys. Now, if you're a beginner, I don't recommend you doing any type of premium item. You're starting out, you don't know how things are going to sell, you're figuring how to, prepare your items and do your customer service and figure out, what pieces are going to sell versus what pieces aren't going to sell. The people who make custom purses and bags, that's 6 months to a year into them starting their art business. People who make apparel and clothes, or like tote bags or whatever, that's people at least 6 months to a year to maybe even 2 years. So if you've done a lot of market research and you know what your customer base is going to buy, then sure, experiment, do the thing. However, if you're just starting out and your first thought was, yeah, I can sell stickers and prints, just stick with stickers and prints. Get a feel for what your customers want to buy. Do they buy more stickers? Do they buy more prints? Are customers starting to give you suggestions like, oh man, this would be great on a sticker book, or oh, it'd be cool if you made sticky notes, or it'd be amazing if you made notepads. Kind of work your way into those more expensive items, because this stuff is not cheap. Running your own business is not cheap. Stickers and prints can get up in price depending on what you do with them, but once you start adding tote bags, sticky notes, notebooks, t-shirts, sweatshirts, custom bags, purses, and everything else in between, it just gets more and more and more expensive. And if you're not making enough income from your business, or say like your art business is like your side hustle and you have like a day job and you're not making enough money from that day job to cover your business expenses and your everyday expenses, then don't look into creating these types of items yet. This video is a part of a series where I cover the different aspects of the MegaCon Artist Alley so that you can be more prepared in your art business journey. The next video covers a key factor you need to sell your work. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when the next video drops.